So your little one is 8 months old and you want to know exactly what is developmentally appropriate for them to be able to do? If so, this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to run you through all the different developmental milestones that you should be seeing in your 8-month-old baby. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Jenny, certified teacher, doctoral student, and mom to 2 girls, Alice, who is my 2-year-old, and Mina, who is my 9-month-old. And in this video, I'm going to go over all of the different milestones that you should be looking for in your 8-month-old baby. All of my milestone suggestions and what you should be looking for are based on the Ages and Stages Questionnaire, which is a research-based milestone tracker that essentially allows for doctors, pediatricians, and state programs to identify possible developmental delays and make sure that your little one is exactly where they need to be. The Ages and Stages Questionnaire is broken into 5 component areas: communication, gross motor skills, fine motor skills, personal social skills, and problem-solving skills. In each of these 5 categories, you're going to have 5 or 6 different activities to do with your child and really see if they're able to do it. Based on that, then you're going to assign them a score. The score will be based on, yes, they can do it, they can sometimes do it, or they cannot do it yet. If you give an answer of a yes to a question, then you are giving your child 10 points for that question. If you are giving your child an answer of a sometimes for that question, you are giving your child 5 points for that question. And if you are answering not yet for a question, you're going to give 0 points. And the way that it works is basically you would add up all the different numbers in a section, communication for example, and if your child is below a certain cutoff score, which I'll tell you those scores, then it might be something you want to talk to your pediatrician about. Something else I want to mention too is really make a point to take time to test these out. This isn't something you're just observing every day. Really try it out and see if your child can do it. They might surprise you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the first section of the Ages and Stages Questionnaire, which is communication. If you call to your baby when you are out of sight, does she look in the direction of your voice?
Mina. Hi.
When a loud noise occurs, does your baby look around to see where the sound came from?
What was that?
If you copy the sounds your baby makes, does your baby make the same sounds back to you?
Ba.
Wah. Does your baby make sounds like da, ga, ka, and ba?
Da da da.
Does your baby respond to the tone of your voice and stop at least briefly when you say something like no?
No, no. Mina, no. No.
Does your baby make 2 similar sounds like da da, ga ga? The sounds don't need to mean anything.
Can you say mama? Dada.
So that is the entire communication section, and the cutoff score that you're looking for after you've added up all those different points for each piece of communication is 33.06 points. As long as you're above the cutoff score, your child is considered developmentally exactly where they need to be. So let's move on to the second section of the Ages and Stages Questionnaire, which is gross motor skills. When you put your baby on the floor, does she lean on her hands while sitting? If she already sits up straight, you mark yes for this. Does your baby roll from his back to his tummy, getting both arms out from underneath him? Wow. Okay.
Look at you.
Does your baby get into a crawling position by getting up on her hands and knees?
You're so cute.
If you hold both hands just to balance your baby, does he support his own weight while standing?
Okay. Look at you. Look at you.
When sitting on the floor, does your baby sit up straight for several minutes without using his hands for support? When you stand your baby next to furniture or the crib rail, does he hold on without leaning his chest against the furniture for support?
Mina.
So that is the entire gross motor skills section. What you will do again is, based on each of these items that I just said, you're gonna score yes, sometimes, or not yet, meaning that yes is 10 points, sometimes is 5 points, and not yet is 0 points. And for gross motor skills, the cutoff score that you are looking for is 30.61 points. So as long as when you add up everything in gross motor skills, you are above that cutoff score, your child is not considered developmentally delayed just yet, or needing a screener. Now, if you're really close to the cutoff score, it's absolutely something that you could talk to your pediatrician about and let them know about your concerns if it's something that you're concerned with. The next section of the Ages and Stages Questionnaire is fine motor skills. Does your baby reach for a crumb or Cheerio and touch it with his hand? Does your baby pick up a small toy, holding it in the center of his hands with his fingers around it?
Ooh, a triangle.
Does your baby try to pick up a crumb or Cheerio by using her thumb and all of her fingers in a raking motion, even if she isn't able to actually pick it up yet? Does your baby pick up a small toy with only one hand? Does your baby successfully pick up a crumb or Cheerio using all of his fingers in a raking motion? Does your baby pick up a small toy with the tips of her thumb and fingers? You should see a space between their fingers and the palm of their hand.
You like the avocado?
So that is the entire fine motor skills section, and you are looking for a cutoff score after you add up all the different components that I just mentioned of 40.15 points. It's expected your child should be able to do most of the things in this category. Now, again, as long as you're above that cutoff score of 31.32, it's not necessarily something that is indicating a potential delay. Now, of course, any of these you'll want to talk to your pediatrician if it's something concerning to you, and I have a whole video that's all about what you do if you do see a delay, because it's something that I experienced myself, and I'll put the link up above here if you wanted to check that out too. The next section of the Ages and Stages Questionnaire we're going to talk about is problem-solving skills. Does your baby pick up a toy and put it in his mouth? When your baby is on her back, does she try to get a toy if she can see it that she's dropped?
Good job!
Does your baby play by banging a toy up and down on a table or surface?
Good job!
Does your baby pass a toy back and forth from one hand to the other?
Oops!
Does your baby pick up two small toys, one in each hand, and hold them for about 1 minute?
No. Here.
When holding a toy in his hand, does your baby bang it against another toy on the table? So that is the entire problem-solving section of the Ages and Stages Questionnaire, and again, you are looking for a cutoff score after you score everything. If you forgot how to score it, again, you're gonna assign either yes, sometimes, or not yet to the questions that I asked you, knowing that yes is 10 points, sometimes is 5 points, and not yet is 0 points. So the cutoff score that you're looking for in problem solving is 36.17 points. As long as you are above that cutoff score, you're considered developmentally more or less where your child needs to be. And it also does mention too, though, if you're very close to the cutoff score, it might be something needing interventions and extra activities, which is of course something that you can do at home too. The last section of the Ages and Stages Questionnaire is personal social. When lying on her back, does your baby play by grabbing her feet?
You got it!
When in front of a large mirror, does your baby reach out to pat the mirror?
Who's that cute girl in the mirror?
Does your baby try to get a toy that is out of reach? He may roll, pivot, scoot, any way to show that they're trying to get a toy that's out of reach.
Oh, that's a ball. ball. What are you gonna do?
While your baby is on her back, does she put her foot in her mouth? Does your baby drink from a cup while you hold it? Does your baby feed himself a cracker or cookie? So that is the entire personal social section of the Ages and Stages questionnaire. Again, remember, you are scoring it all up and adding it together to see if you reach the cutoff score or are above the cutoff score. And the cutoff score for personal social skills is 35.84 points. So again, as long as you are above that cutoff score, it is considered developmentally right where your child needs to be. There's no expectation that your child is able to do every single one of these things. And so if your child is able to do most of them, but not all of them, please don't panic, because this is not something that they're expected to be able to do all of. It's just a screener tool to help figure out what your child can do and to see if there are potential delays. So that is the entire Ages and Stages questionnaire. I hope this was helpful for you in measuring whether or not your 8-month-old is where they need to be. But of course, always ask your pediatrician first and trust your gut as well. If you are concerned with something, definitely bring it up to your pediatrician and see what it is they have to say about it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. I do all sorts of parenting milestones and child content, and I would love to have you along for the ride. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.